of us at KSL TV News recognize our longtime partnership with our colleagues there at KSL News Radio and also the Deseret News.
Well, tonight, Carol Makita helps us celebrate the accomplishments of one of our favorite people who recently retired, Jeffrey Allred, Deseret News and Church News photographer.
The images that touch our lives, some captured half a world away, others closer to home. The man behind the camera is Jeffrey Allred. He knows instinctively that if it catches his eye, it will do the same for us. He is retiring from an award-winning career that almost didn't happen.
My mother had always wanted a dentist in the family.
But it was a photography class that changed his course.
It was magical. It was like a miracle to me. And I thought, this is it. I want to do this.
Telling stories through pictures became his passion, and he has traveled to 72 countries to pursue those stories.
Little moments are just slices of time.
It is often, he says, those intimate moments, like this one with a man who was homeless.
I just sat down by him and said, hey, my name's Jeff, and tell me about you, what's your name? And a lot of times we don't ask to shoot pictures. We shoot first, ask later. But in this situation, it's so intimate.
Or as military families say goodbye.
I'm glad there's a camera in front of my face because I was bawling. There's this little girl and her father's going away to Iraq for a year. I get in really close and just show that emotion.
Going inside the Carmelite monastery in Holiday was a shared assignment, KSL and the Deseret News. But the other three of us are women.
They took a leap of faith by letting me in there. Just a little bit right there.
We captured Jeff on assignment in Rome, creating an historic
In 3,
photograph
2.
with Latter-day Saint church leaders outside the U.S.
One of the more pressure-filled assignments was this day.
To say the least. You know, you take a moment that has never been done before, and maybe it may never be done again. And we're looking at the right time of day and trying to figure out the lighting, and you know, you have to use a pretty wide-angle lens for this too, so there's this technical factor. But trying to direct 15 of the church's hierarchy was not for the faint of heart. How about that?
And he captured Buddhist monks in Cambodia and an orphanage in Vladivostok, Russia.
But I remember handing one little boy a Snickers candy bar, and he had never had one of these in his life. Took a bite out of it, and he says, this is good, have a bite. And he wanted me to have a bite of the candy bar.
Are you optimistic about the future of journalism?
Journalism is never going away, never. As I teach students about photojournalism, I encourage them because there's always going to be a place for the next best photographer.
You may be wondering, does he have a favorite? This is it, weightless on a discovery flight.
And so you're just floating around inside this airplane. Probably the most fun assignment I've ever been on.
Here's my favorite, 4 colleagues on assignment. But Jeffrey, Sarah, Ken, and I take this opportunity to say thank you for sharing your talents, your kindness, and your abundant friendship. Carol Makita, KSL 5 News.
Wow, what a great